ഹലോ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, വിർച്വൽ സ്പേസ് യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനലിൻ്റെ പുതിയൊരു വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മളിന്ന് ആൻസർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് കേരള യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ 2025 നടന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എൻട്രൻസ് എക്സാമിൻ്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പറാണ്. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ കേരള യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ ടീച്ചിങ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റായിട്ടുള്ള PG അഡ്മിഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പറാണിത്. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത് അപ്ലൈഡ് സൈക്കോളജി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സബ്ജക്റ്റിൻ്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പറാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനകത്ത് വരുന്നത് 100 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. മാക്സിമം 100 മാർക്കാണ് വരുന്നത്. 2 മണിക്കൂറാണ് എക്സാമിനേഷൻ ടൈം വരുന്നത്. പിന്നെ റോങ് ആൻസറിന് 0.25 നെഗറ്റീവ് മാർക്കിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ 4 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തെറ്റി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് 1 മാർക്ക് നഷ്ടപ്പെടും. സോ അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് നേരെ വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് പോവാം. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ മറ്റ് സബ്ജക്റ്റിൻ്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പേഴ്സ് 2025 അതുപോലെ 20, 21, 22 വർഷത്തൊക്കെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ വീഡിയോ ചെയ്ത് അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ കാലിക്കറ്റ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി, കണ്ണൂർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ ഒക്കെ പ്രീവിയസ് ഇയർ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പേഴ്സിൻ്റെ ആൻസർ അവൈലബിൾ ആണ് നമ്മുടെ ചാനലിനകത്ത്. താല്പര്യമുള്ള ആളുകൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക, വീഡിയോസ് കാണാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുക. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ മൊത്തം ആൻസർ, അതായത് 100 ക്വസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ ആൻസർ എന്താണ് ഞാൻ ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ നൽകാം. ഇപ്പോൾ വീഡിയോ കാണാൻ താല്പര്യമുള്ള ആളുകൾക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ ആൻസർ ജസ്റ്റ് നോക്കാൻ പറ്റും. സോ അപ്പോൾ നമുക്കൊന്നാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം നോക്കാം. എനി എബിലിറ്റി ഹൂസ് പെർഫോമൻസ് ഡ്രോൺ ഓൺ combined and coordinated set of cognitive and motor processes. Option A habit, option B level of aspiration, option C aptitude, option D psychomotor skills. Any ability whose performance draws on combined and coordinated set of cognitive and motor processes. Answer option D psychomotor skills. A relatively enduring and general evaluation an object, person, group, issue or concept on a dimension ranging from negative to positive. Interest, self-concept, attitude, values. Answer option C attitude. Then another question, what is not a cause for individual differences in human being? Heredity, self-esteem, economic condition, environment. What is not a cause for individual differences in human beings? Answer option B self-esteem. The first intelligence test was developed by Alfred Binet, Francis Galton, Howard Gardner, Lewis Terman. Answer option A Alfred Binet. The first intelligence test was developed by Alfred Binet. According to Dash, an individual's intelligence score reflects the amount of G plus the magnitude of various S factors possessed by the individual. Option A Cattell, option B Sternberg, option C Gardner, option D Spearman. Answer option D Spearman. What does the Seguin form board assess? Motor, dexterity, visuomotor, coordination, spatial organization, all of the above. Answer option D all of the above. Identify the subset that belongs to core battery of Kaufman's scale of intelligence. Rebus delay recall, Rebus learning, famous faces, memory for block design. Answer option B Rebus learning. Identify the subset that belongs to the core battery of Kaufman's scale of intelligence. Answer option B Rebus learning. How many subsets are there in differential aptitude test? 6, 10, 8, 7. How many subsets are there in a differential aptitude test? Answer option C 8. Any norm, a referenced standardized test intended to measure an individual's current level of skill or knowledge in a given subject is called achievement test, aptitude test, sensory test, motor dexterity test. Answer option A achievement test. Any norm, a referenced standardized test intended to measure an individual's current level of skill or knowledge in a given subject is called achievement test. Who defined personality as a dynamic organization of psychophysical systems? Keral, Allport, Sigmund Freud. Skinner. Answer option B, Allport. Who defined personality as a dynamic organization of psychophysical systems? Answer option B, Allport. Another question. I always study hard for a test and I know a lot of people who cheat, so it's not a big deal that I cheated this time. Identify the defense mechanism, reaction information, displacement, rationalization, regression. Answer option C, rationalization. I always study hard for the test and I know a lot of people who cheat, so it's not a big deal that I cheated this time. Identify the defense mechanism. Answer option C, rationalization. The child's reaction of anger or basic hostility toward parental indifference is a characteristic of which coping strategy? Moving against, moving toward, moving away from, none of these. None of the above. A child's reaction to anger or basic hostility toward parental indifference is characteristic of which coping strategy? Answer option A, moving against. Information about an individual gathered from formal scientific measurement and objective testing is called T data, L data, O data, Q data. Answer option A, T data. Information about an individual gathered from formal scientific measurement and objective testing is called T data. Which of the following types of stimuli are commonly used in projective techniques? Structured questions, puzzles, ambiguous stimuli, audiovisual stimuli. Answer option C, ambiguous stimuli. Which of the following types of stimuli are commonly used in projective techniques? Answer option C, ambiguous stimuli. The careful close examination of an object, process or other phenomenon for the purpose of collecting data about it or drawing conclusions is called situational test, personality test, interview, observation. The careful close examination of an object, process or other phenomenon for the purpose of collecting data about it or drawing conclusions is called. Answer option D, observation. Which of the following brain imaging technique uses magnetic fields and radio waves to produce detailed image of brain structures? CT scan, EEG, MRI, PET. Answer option C, MRI. In McClelland's theory of needs, the power motive refers to desire to achieve success based on personal standard, build strong relationship with others, influence, control or have an impact on others, seek financial gain. In McClelland theory of needs, the power motive refers to desire to. Answer option C, influence, control or have an impact on others. Which physiological measure is most commonly used to assess emotional arousal? Blood pressure, galvanic skin response GSR, BMI, lung capacity. Which physiological measure is most commonly used to assess emotional arousal? Answer option B, galvanic skin response. A two-tailed test would be most appropriate when the researcher predicts a specific direction of change The researcher has no expectation about the direction of effect. The test involves only one group. The population standard deviation is unknown. Answer option B. The researcher has no expectation about the direction of effect. A factor that, if present, guarantees the occurrence of a disorder is known as necessary cause, sufficient cause, contributory cause, risk factor. A factor that, if present, guarantees the occurrence of a disorder is known as answer option B, sufficient cause. In a diathesis stress model, term diathesis refers to environmental stresses, vulnerability of developing disorder, immediate external trigger, protective factors. Answer option B, vulnerability of developing disorder. Agoraphobia is best described as the fear of being alone at home, insects like spiders, open or public spaces, social interactions. Agoraphobia is best described as the fear of answer option C, open or public spaces. The fight or flight response is primarily regulated by which system in the body? Parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, central nervous system, somatic nervous system. Answer option B, sympathetic nervous system. Which neurotransmitter abnormality is most strongly linked to OCD symptoms? Dopamine depletion, serotonin dysregulation, excess norepinephrine, reduced acetylcholine. Which neurotransmitter abnormality is most strongly linked to OCD symptoms? Answer option B, serotonin dysregulation. Trichotillomania is characterized by compulsive skin picking, hair pulling resulting in hair loss, obsessive hand washing, hoarding of useless items. Trichotillomania is characterized by answer option B, hair pulling resulting in hair loss. Persistent depressive disorder is known as Dysthymic disorder, cyclothymic disorder, seasonal affective disorder, manic episode. Answer option A, dysthymic disorder. In bipolar 2 disorder, the individual experiences full manic episodes, severe depressive episodes and hypomanic episodes, no mood fluctuations, only mild depressive symptoms without mania. Answer option B, severe depressive episodes and hypomanic episodes. The paranoid subtype of schizophrenia is primarily characterized by disorganized speech and behavior, catatonic stupor, delusions of persecution and auditory hallucinations, negative symptoms only. Answer option C, delusions of persecution and auditory hallucinations. Which type of delusional disorder involves the benefit that another person, usually of higher status, is in love with the individual? Persecutory type, erotomanic type, grandiose type, jealous type. Which type of delusional disorder involves the belief that another person, usually of higher status, is in love with the individual? Answer option B, erotomanic type. Which cluster B personality disorder is characterized by unstable relationships, impulsivity and intense mood swings? Narcissist personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, avoidant personality disorder, Schizotypal personality disorder. Schizotypal personality disorder. Answer option B. Borderline personality disorder, which cluster B personality disorder is characterized by unstable relationships, impulsivity, and intense mood swings. Answer option B. Borderline personality disorder. Which of the following is a key feature of schizoid personality disorder? Cluster A. Excessive emotionality, social detachment and limited emotional expression, and attention-seeking behavior, suspicion and distrust of others. Answer option B. Social detachment and limited emotional expression. Which dissociative disorder is marked by sudden travel away from the home with inability to recall one's past. Dissociative identity disorder, dissociative fatigue, depersonalization or derealization disorder, dissociative amnesia without fugue. Which dissociative disorder is marked by sudden travel away from home with inability to recall one's past. Answer option B. Dissociative fugue. Post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD) requires symptom duration of more than 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Answer option C. 1 month. Which of the following is not considered as a stimulant? Cocaine, amphetamines, heroin, nicotine. Which of the following is not considered as a stimulant? Answer option C. Heroin. Which medication is commonly used? Which medication is commonly used to prevent relapses in individuals with alcohol dependence by causing unpleasant effects when alcohol is consumed? Naltrexone, disulfiram, methadone, buprenorphine. Which medication is commonly used to prevent relapses in individuals with alcohol dependence by causing unpleasant effects when alcohol is consumed? Answer option B. Disulfiram. Which genetic disorder is common cause of intellectual disability and is characterized by the trisomy of chromosome 21, fragile X syndrome, Turner syndrome, Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome? So, answer option C. Down syndrome. Which of the following is a hallmark symptom of delirium? Which of the following is a hallmark symptom of delirium? Gradual memory decline, sudden onset of confusion and disorientation, consistent attention and awareness, progressive language impairment. Which of the following is a hallmark symptom of delirium? Answer option B. Sudden onset of confusion and disorientation, the presence of amyloid plaque and neurofibrillary tangles in the brain is indicative of Huntington's disease, Alzheimer's disease, vascular dementia, Parkinson's disease. The presence of amyloid plaque and neurofibrillary tangles in the brain is indicative of. Answer option B. Alzheimer's disease. The process by which a test is administered, scored and interpreted consistently is known as normalization, standardization, validation, calibration. The process by which a test is administered and scored and interpreted consistently is known as. Answer option B. Standardization. A mental status examination typically assesses all of the following except appearance and behavior, thought process, genetic history, mood and effect. A mental status examination typically assesses all the following except. Answer option C. Genetic history. Which of the following is an example of implicit memory? Remembering your best friend's birthday, solving a math problem using a formula, riding a bicycle without consciously thinking about it, recalling details from a history lesson. Which of the following is an example of implicit memory? Answer option C. Riding a bicycle without consciously thinking about it. According to Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development, which of the following is the virtue resolved in adolescence stage? Purpose, fidelity, competence, love. According to Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development, which of the following is the virtue resolved in adolescence stage? Answer option B. Fidelity, love. Vygotsky sociocultural theory emphasizes the role of unconscious conflicts in development, how children actively construct knowledge through social interaction, how behavior is shaped by reward and punishment, fixed stages of cognitive development. Answer option B. How children actively construct knowledge through social interaction. During which period does major organ and body structure begin to form? Germinal period, embryonic period, fetal period, neonatal period. Answer option B. Embryonic period. Which of the following is a potential long-term effect of parental alcohol exposure? Prenatal alcohol exposure. Low birth weight that resolve within a few months, minor skin rashes and temporary breathing issue, intellectual disabilities, facial deformities and behavioral problem, vision impairment. Which of the following is a potential long-term effect of prenatal alcohol exposure? Answer option C. Intellectual disabilities, facial deformities and behavioral problems. A neonatal startle response that occurs in reaction to a sudden intense noise or movement is Babinski reflex, Moro reflex, rooting reflex, stepping reflex. A neonatal response that occurs in reaction to a sudden intense noise or movement is answer option B. Moro reflex. The visual cliff experiment by Gibson and Walk 1960 demonstrated that infants are born with full depth perception, develop depth perception by crawling age, cannot distinguish between different surface texture, show no response to visual depth cues. The visual cliff experiment by Gibson and Walk 1960 demonstrated that infants, answer option B, develop depth perception by crawling age. Which concept occur when children uses their existing schemes to deal with the new information or experiences? Accommodation, schema, assimilation, organization. Answer option C, assimilation. Which of the following statement is true? Broca's area located in the left frontal lobe of the brain involved in producing words. Chomsky's LAD is physical part of the brain. Wernicke's area is a region of the brain's right hemisphere involved in language comprehension. Semantics is a system of using appropriate conversation and knowledge of how to effectively use language in context. Answer option A. Broca's area located in the left frontal lobe of the brain involved in producing words. At what age do infants typically begin to express social smiles in response to caregivers? At birth, around 6 months, around 6 to 8 weeks, after 1 year. At what age do infants typically begin to express social smiles in response to caregivers? Answer option A, at birth. Scaffolding in Vygotsky's theory refers to providing structured support to help a child learn new tasks, the brain's ability to adapt to new environments, the range of tasks a child can perform with the help of a more skilled individual, the range of tasks that a child can perform independently. Unbind answer option C ആണ്. Around 6 to 8 weeks ആണ് വരുന്നത്. At what age do infants typically begins to express social smiles in response to caregivers? അതിൻ്റെ ആൻസർ ഓപ്ഷൻ സി ആണ്, അറൗണ്ട് 6 to 8 weeks. Then 51ൻ്റെ ആൻസർ സ്കഫോൾഡിംഗ് ഇൻ വൈഗോസ്കിസ് തിയറി റെഫേഴ്സ് ടു. അതിൻ്റെ ആൻസർ ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ആണ് വരുന്നത്, പ്രൊവൈഡിംഗ് സ്ട്രക്ചർ സപ്പോർട്ട് ടു ഹെൽപ്പ് എ ചൈൽഡ് ലേൺ ന്യൂ ടാസ്ക്സ്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് എ കോമൺ ക്യാരക്ടറിസ്റ്റിക് ഓഫ് കരിയർ? What is a common characteristic of career development in middle adulthood? A career exploration and job changes to find the right fit, peak work performance and expertise in the field, complete disengagement from professional responsibilities, reduced work involvement in or retirement planning. Answer option B, peak work performance and expertise in the field. Which of the following is not a condition contributing to vocational adjustment in middle age? Achievement of a vocational goal set earlier, feeling of security of jobs, being forced to relocate a job, congenial or relationship with co-workers. Which of the following is not a condition contributing to a vocational adjustment in middle age? Answer option C, being forced to relocate a job. The approach that analyze how environmental rewards and punishment change, shape and motivate behavior is called the dash approach: biological, cognitive, behavioral, socio-cultural. Answer option C, behavioral. In which of the following does each participant in sample population have an equal chance of being selected for the experiment? Purposive sampling, convenient sampling, snowball sampling, random sampling. In which of the following does each participant in sample population have an equal chance of being selected for the experiment? Answer option D, random sampling. Which of the following is not an ethic during psychological study? Debriefing, confidentiality, deception, right to quit. Which of the following is not an ethic during psychological study? Answer option C, deception. Sympathetic nervous system is a part of central nervous system, medulla, peripheral nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system is part of. Answer option C, peripheral nervous system. Which of the following is not a excitatory neurotransmitter? Serotonin, dopamine, glutamate, acetylcholine. Answer option A, serotonin. Which of the following is not a excitatory neurotransmitter? Answer option A, serotonin. The place where optic nerve exits eye, where there is no photoreceptor: visual spot, blind spot, fovea, iris. Answer option B, blind spot. Monochromats are total color blinded, only red color blinded, only green color blinded, people who cannot distinguish red from green. Answer option A, total color blinded. Monochromats are total color blinded. Which of the following matches are well? ഇതിൽ ഈ സൈഡിൽ 4 പേര് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഈ ഒരു 2 ലിസ്റ്റാണ് 4 വെച്ചിട്ട് തന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. സോ ഇതിൽ ബെസ്റ്റ് മാച്ച് എന്നാണ് ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ ഗുസ്താവ് ഫെസ്നർ, സ്റ്റിമുലസ് നോട്ട് കോൺഷ്യസ്ലി അവെയർ, വെബേഴ്സ് ലോ, ടോപ്പ് ഡൗൺ പ്രോസസ്സിംഗ്. അടുത്ത ലിസ്റ്റ് വരുന്നത് സബ്ലിമിനൽ സ്റ്റിമുലസ്, JND, അബ്സല്യൂട്ട് ത്രെഷോൾഡ്, പെർസെപ്ച്വൽ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ. ആൻസർ വരുന്നത് ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ആണ്, അതായത് ഗുസ്റ്റാവ് ഫെസ്നർ, അബ്സല്യൂട്ട് ത്രെഷോൾഡ്, സ്റ്റിമുലസ് നോട്ട് കോൺഷ്യസ്ലി അവെയർ, സബ്ലിമിനൽ സ്റ്റിമുലസ്, വെബേഴ്സ് ലോ, JND, ടോപ്പ് ഡൗൺ പ്രോസസ്സിംഗ്, പെർസെപ്ച്വൽ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ. അപ്പോൾ ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ആണ് 61ൻ്റെ ആൻസർ. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. ഇൻ Ishihara test, a person without color blindness can see a card with a light dots and a numerical made of dark dots. Why? Similarity rule causes us to group the dark dots together and the prevent free from seeing figures as a random arrangement. Both x and y are correct and y is the cause of x. Both x and y are correct and y is not the cause of x. Only y is correct, only x is correct. X in Ishihara test, a person without color blindness can see a card with light dots and numerical made of dark dots. Why? Similarity rule causes us to group the dark dots together and prevent from seeing the figure as a random arrangement. The answer is option A. Both x and y are correct. Y is the cause of x. A monocular depth q based on the speed of moving object, autokinetic effect, texture gradient, interposition, motion parallax. Answer option D, motion parallax. Loss of purposeful memory before whatever trauma induces memory loss. Anterograde amnesia, retrograde amnesia, retrieval memory, specific memory, loss of purposeful memory before whatever trauma induces memory loss. Answer option B, retrograde amnesia. New parent blues, new mother depression, new mother glorification, expectation of twins, facilitating infant adjustment. Answer option A, new mother depression. A baby repeating action of significant others, initial play, imitative play, exploratory play, cooperative play. A baby repeating actions of significant others. Answer option B, imitative play. Sex role concept start in babyhood, infancy, early childhood, late childhood. Answer option B, infancy. Answer option C, early childhood. Low amplitude, high frequency brainwave marked by a feeling of being relaxed, usually with the eyes closed. Alpha waves, beta waves, delta waves, theta waves. Low amplitude, high frequency brainwave marked by a feeling of being relaxed, usually with eyes closed. Answer option A, alpha waves. Stop breathing during sleep. Narcolepsy, somnambulism, sleep apnea, night terrors. Stop breathing during sleep. Answer option C, sleep apnea. Hypnosis is related to concentration, self-disclosure, social support, susceptibility. Answer option D, susceptibility. Which concept allows science to be self-correcting over time? Correlation, generalizability, random assignment, replication. Which concept allows science to be self-correlating over time? Answer option D, replication. People are often overly optimistic about what they can accomplish. This is called certainty effect, optimistic bias effect, planning fallacy, Zeigarnik effect. People are often overly optimistic about what they can accomplish. This is called the answer option C, planning fallacy. Knowledge structures that represent substantial information about a concept, its attribute, and its relationship to other concepts. Cognitive restructuring, cognitive psychology, scripts, schemas. Answer option D, schemas. The results from Milgram experiment are generally taken to show that males are physically aggressive than females. People can be sadistic. People are often resistant to situational pressures. Situational pressures can overwhelm individual differences. Answer option D. Situational pressures can overwhelm individual differences. When it comes to receiving help, males are more likely to help and females are more likely to help. Females, males. When it comes to receiving help, males are more likely to help dash and females are more likely to help dash. Answer option A. Females. When it comes to receiving helps, males are more likely to help females and females are more likely to help females. A testable prediction about the conditions under which an event will occur is called construct, hypothesis, theory, variable. A testable prediction about the conditions under which an event will occur is called answer option B. Hypothesis. Token economy is behavior modification technique based on classical conditioning, operant conditioning, social learning theory, cognitive restructuring. Answer option B. Operant conditioning. A tendency to recall information better when in the same or emotional state as when it was learned is called serial position effect, state-dependent memory, priming, retroactive interference. Answer option B. State-dependent memory. The process of acquiring a conditioned response after repeated pairing of a neutral stimulus with an unconditioned stimulus is called extinction, spontaneous recovery, acquisition, generalization. Answer option C. Acquisition. According to interference theory, forgetting occurs due to information overload, memory trace decay, competition between stimulus memories, lack of motivation. Answer option C. Competition between stimulus memories. Who proposed the social learning theory? Jean Piaget, Albert Bandura, John Watson, B.F. Skinner. Answer option B. Albert Bandura. In operant conditioning, the removal of an unpleasant stimulus to increase a behavior is known as positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, negative punishment. Answer option B. Negative reinforcement. Which theory suggests that language influences thought and perception? Chomsky's universal grammar, Vygotsky's social development theory, Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, Piaget's cognitive development theory. Answer option C. Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. According to social identity theory, individuals derive their self-concept from their personality achievements only, their social group membership, their genetic traits, their cognitive abilities. Answer option B. Their social group membership. A person with high self-efficacy is more likely to avoid challenges, give up easily, persist in difficult tasks, dependent entirely on external motivation. Answer option C. Persist in difficult tasks. A person with high self-efficacy is more likely to persist in difficult tasks. According to research, which of the following is a major determinant of interpersonal attraction? Physical proximity, differences in values, avoidance of social interaction, indifference towards others. Answer option A. Physical proximity. The Sketcher-Singer two-factor theory of emotion state that emotion depends on only physiological arousal, only cognitive appraisal, both physiological arousal and cognitive labeling, unconscious desires? Answer option C, both physiological arousal and cognitive labeling. Which brain imaging technique is most used to measure electrical activity in the brain through electrodes placed on the scalp? fMRI, CT, PET, EEG. Which brain imaging technique is most used to measure electrical activity in the brain through electrodes placed on the scalp? Answer option D, EEG. The curve of forgetting demonstrates the relationship between learning and intelligence, time and memory retention, motivation and learning, emotions and memory. The curve of forgetting demonstrates the relationship between learning and intelligence, time and memory retention, motivation and learning, emotions and memory. Answer option B, time and memory retention. Which of the following best describe the individuals high in the power motive according to McClelland? They avoid leadership roles. They are driven by financial reward. They seek to influence others and enjoy being in control. They prefer working alone and independently. Which of the following best describe individual high in the power motive according to McClelland? Answer option C. And answer option B ആണ് വരുന്നത്, time and memory retention. Then 90. Option C ആണ്, they seek to influence others and enjoy being in control. So അടുത്ത question. What was the main aim of Solomon as conformity experiment? To study obedience to authority, to understand group problem solving, to investigate the influence of group pressure on individual judgment, to explore memory and recall. Answer option C, to investigate the influence of group pressure on individual's judgment. The mere exposure effect suggests that repeated exposure to a person will decrease attraction over time, increase the likelihood of interpersonal conflict, have no impact on attraction, increase our liking for that person. Answer option D, increase our liking for that person. The mere exposure effect suggests that repeated exposure to a person will increase our liking for that person. The term group polarization refers to loss of interest in the group goals, individual becoming more extreme in their views after the group discussion, increase in group harmony over time, division of group tasks. Answer option B, individuals becoming more extreme in their views after group discussion. Which of the following is a situational factor that can increase aggression in groups? Personal reflection, empathy development, anonymity, strong leadership. Which of the following is a situational factor that can increase aggression in groups? Answer option C, anonymity. In group facilitation, open-ended questions are used to test knowledge, encourage deeper discussion and reflection, limit the scope of answers, control the group. Answer option B, encourage deeper discussion and reflection. Which type of group is likely to be perceived as high in anti-activity? A crowd at a bus stop, a group of strangers at a seminar, a sports team with regular practices and shared goals, people waiting in line at a grocery store. Which type of group is likely to be perceived as high in anti-activity? Answer option C, a sports team with regular practices and shared goals. Which of the following is an example of OCB, completing assigned duties on time, helping a new colleague adjust to the workplace, taking extended breaks, ignoring team meetings. Which of the following is an example of OCB? Answer option B, helping a new colleague adjust to the workplace. As study primarily demonstrated which type of social influence? Informational social influence, normative social influence, obedience, compliance due to reward. Answer option B, normative social influence. A complementary transaction occurs when the response comes from an unexpected ego state. Communication lines cross between ego states. The stimulus and the response come from matching ego states. There is no communication at all. Answer option C, stimulus and response come from matching ego states. Which tool is commonly used to determine percentiles in a large dataset? Pie chart, histogram, cumulative frequency distribution, bar graph. Which tool is commonly used to determine percentiles in a large dataset? Answer option C, cumulative frequency distribution. So, ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതിനകത്ത് 100 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്ത് എല്ലാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആൻസർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആൻസർ പറഞ്ഞതിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക, കമൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. അപ്പോൾ വീഡിയോ കാണുന്ന മറ്റുള്ള സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്ക് എന്തായിരിക്കും അത് യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആയിരിക്കും. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇനി ഏതെങ്കിലും സബ്ജക്റ്റിൽ പെർട്ടിക്കുലർലി വീഡിയോ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ജസ്റ്റ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക, കമൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. സോ അപ്പോൾ വീഡിയോ കണ്ട എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി. ദെൻ ഈ ചാനൽ ഇതുവരെ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ ദയവായിട്ട് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സിന് മറക്കാതെ വീഡിയോ ഷെയർ ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുക. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന വീഡിയോസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നോട്ടിഫിക്കേഷനായിട്ട് ലഭിക്കണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ജസ്റ്റ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക, ബെൽ ഐക്കൺ എനേബിൾ ചെയ്ത് വെക്കുക. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വീഡിയോ ഇഷ്ടമാവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡിസ്ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക.